Biological ignorance.
So yesterday, my biology teacher was going on and on about mitochondria or whatever, and how that's important in like cells or something. Like I care about what's going on in cells. You can even see them. So stupid.
Sorry to interrupt, but you're totally wrong. Biology is really important. Just think about how many science classes we have.
Excuse me?
Well, you may not notice this, but so many industries use biomolecular sciences in their everyday work.
What?
Let's start with something we're all interested in, makeup.
This makeup is so fabulous.
I know, but did you know that the makeup industry would be nowhere without the research of its biomolecular scientists?
Like what? Making sure my foundation isn't too clumpy?
Exactly. Scientists not only create these products, they have to ensure our safety by making sure the chemical formulas, lipids, and glycogen concentrations are safe and they don't cause any weird reactions.
I'm still not too convinced. Amy, can you look up some recipes? I want to make something fun.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, I'm using way too much oil here.
That totally reminds me. Did you know?
Oh my god, Amy! There is no way that biomolecular sciences have to do with the food industry. It's just cooking.
But it's not. Think about it. Did you know the breakdown of triglycerides has been studied extensively in the food industry?
Really? Why?
Well, it's part of a broader research into the transformation of lipids during cooking.
Oh, that's interesting.
And more I can tell you about, even in police work.
Okay. Do not lecture me about police work. My dad is a cop, okay? And I know that police work requires investigation, not people looking through a microscope.
Have you ever heard of forensic science?
Oh, you mean like the stuff that's on CSI? That's one of my favorite shows. I especially love the episode back when DNA was first used in police work.
Told you. This looks like a job for Melodians the High.
There's a victim over here. Looks about 12 years old.
There's a wound at the head.
No pulse. She's dead. Exit wound to the head. Clean bullet.
Who could
I
have
gotta
done
go
this
look for the murderer or witnesses or something.
Wait, I found something better.
What?
Look at this.
This is just a trophy, Melody, with blood on it. It might be the weapon, but I mean, what can we do with the weapon? We need to find the murderer.
I think we should really check it out.
So, I mean, if it's true, I guess maybe we can pull fingerprints off this?
Yeah, that's exactly
There's a newfangled database coming out, and we can ID the people.
We have to go back to the lab now.
There's also some blood on here. So maybe we can take swabs of it and take swabs from the victim. Maybe we can figure out who she is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Rashi!
Hey, Ruth! Are you going to the Preston Holder?
Of course! The archaeologist, I'm so impressed by his work.
I really like Preston Holder and all the work he's doing in archaeology here on the Georgia coast.
You know what? Your plant reminds me of something.
What?
Biomolecular archaeology. Did I tell you about that yet?
Hey, Ruth, you don't need to tell me about that yet. After all these days you've been lecturing me about biology and science, I decided to look at it myself.
I'm so proud. So what'd you learn?
Well, I found out that biomolecular archaeology is a very exciting field. Now, archaeologists and paleontologists and other experts who excavate things are able to use the insight of biomolecular scientists. Their analysis of biomolecules has helped the exhibitions of the archaeological items greatly. Did you know nowadays we're able to tell the ages of things that we dig up?
Of course, it's their carbon dating.
Things like dinosaur bones and fossils, like this plant for instance.
It has so much meaning now that I think about it.
Plant fossils, animal fossils, all these things are very important. Did you know Terence Brown, the author of Biomolecular Archaeology?
Yeah, it's my favorite
book.
book.
Oh my goodness! You know, in his book, he talks about things like ancient DNA, ancient molecules. These kind of things are things we can dig up from plants like this in a couple of thousand years, you know?
I think
they'll be able to, oh look at this!
It's
my
so
DNA!
revolutionary.
They'll be able to find out about people, about plants and animals just through our DNA.
All this technology is so revolutionary.
Such an exciting world we live in.
I know.
I wanted to thank you, Amy Ruth. You really showed me the light. I used to think biology was those people looking at nothing through those microscopes. But I mean, look at all the great effects it's had in our life.
I'm so happy you saw how important it is.
I'm never going to underestimate biology again, Amy Ruth. Thank you for helping me see the light.
You're welcome.